You know, folks, age is just a number. We all deserve to enjoy life, explore new places, and make memories that last a lifetime. But let's face it, as we get older, things change. Traveling after 70 can be an incredible experience, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. We're diving deep into the 10 hidden dangers of traveling after 70. These are the things that nobody really talks about, but trust me, you need to know. We're gonna break it down, give you the straight talk, and empower you to travel safely and confidently. Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but the reality is our health can become more unpredictable as we age. That means pre-existing conditions might flare up or new issues could arise, especially when we're out of our comfort zones. Before you even think about booking that trip, you need to have a serious conversation with your doctor. I'm talking a full checkup, review your medications, and discuss any potential risks associated with your destination. Are you going somewhere with extreme temperatures, high altitudes, exotic diseases? These are all things you need to consider. And speaking of medications, don't even think about leaving home without them. You need to have enough to last the entire trip, plus some extra in case of delays. Keep them in their original containers, clearly labeled and easily accessible. Now let's talk about travel insurance. Make sure you have comprehensive coverage that includes medical emergencies, evacuations, and trip cancellations. The bottom line is this: don't mess around with your health. Be prepared, be proactive, and get yourself covered. Let's be honest, as we get older, our immune systems aren't what they used to be. We're more susceptible to infections, and those infections can hit us harder. When you're traveling, especially to new and unfamiliar places, you're exposed to a whole new world of germs and bacteria. Good hygiene is your best defense. Wash your hands thoroughly and frequently, especially before eating or touching your face. If soap and water aren't readily available, carry hand sanitizer with you. Crowded places like airports, train stations, and tourist attractions can be breeding grounds for germs. Consider wearing a mask in these environments, especially if you're in close proximity to others. Be mindful of what you eat and drink. Avoid unfiltered tap water and opt for bottled water instead. When it comes to food, stick to well-cooked dishes and be wary of raw foods, especially salads and unpeeled fruits, which can harbor bacteria. By taking these simple precautions, you can protect yourself from unwanted illnesses and enjoy your trip to the fullest. Let's face it, we don't bounce back as quickly as we used to. Traveling can take a toll on the body, especially long flights and time zone changes. Listen to your body and recognize that you might need more rest and recovery time. Don't cram too much into one trip. Pacing yourself is key. Consider spending extra days in each place to allow for relaxation. Schedule regular rest days into your itinerary. These are days where you don't have any set plans, allowing you to recharge. Staying hydrated is crucial, especially when you're traveling. Carry a reusable water bottle with you and refill it throughout the day. Avoid excessive alcohol consumption, as it can dehydrate you and disrupt your sleep patterns. Choose accommodations that prioritize comfort and convenience. Look for hotels with elevators, accessible rooms, and comfortable beds. Don't hesitate to request a room on a lower floor to avoid stairs. By pacing yourself, prioritizing rest, and listening to your body, you can minimize travel fatigue and make the most of your adventures. Now, I'm not saying you're fragile, but the reality is that falls are more common as we age, and they can have serious consequences. When you're traveling, you're navigating unfamiliar environments, uneven surfaces, and sometimes even unpredictable weather conditions. Let's talk about footwear. Opt for comfortable, supportive shoes with good traction, and leave the high heels at home. If you use a cane or walker, bring it with you. Don't let pride get in the way of your safety. Be mindful of your surroundings. Pay attention to uneven sidewalks, slippery surfaces, and obstacles in your path. Take your time, especially when navigating stairs or ramps. When choosing destinations, consider accessibility. By taking the necessary precautions and being mindful of your surroundings, you can minimize the risk of falls and injuries while traveling. Look, I hate to say it, but there are people out there who prey on seniors. They see us as easy targets, and they're not afraid to use deception and manipulation to get what they want. When you're traveling, you're especially vulnerable to these scams, as you're often dealing with unfamiliar businesses and individuals. Let's talk about booking your trip. Stick to reputable travel agencies, airlines, and hotels. If a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. Be wary of anyone who approaches you unsolicited, especially if they're offering deals or assistance that seems too good to be true. Guard your personal information like it's gold. Don't share your credit card details, passport information, or other sensitive data with anyone you don't trust. Be especially cautious of using public Wi-Fi networks, as they can be unsecured. If you're ever unsure about something, trust your gut. We all have our trusted doctors, specialists, and pharmacies that we rely on. But what happens when you're traveling and you're miles away from your familiar healthcare providers? It's important to be prepared for the unexpected and ensure you can access medical care if and when you need it. Before you leave home, research the healthcare system at your destination. Do they have adequate medical facilities? Are English-speaking doctors available? What are the procedures for seeking medical attention? Carry a list of your medical conditions, allergies, medications, and emergency contact information with you at all times. If you have any pre-existing conditions, consider wearing a medical alert bracelet or necklace. By being prepared and proactive, you can ensure you have access to the care you need, no matter where your adventures take you. Look, I'm all for embracing new experiences, but let's be honest, navigating unfamiliar environments can be challenging, especially as we age. New cities, foreign languages, and unfamiliar transportation systems can be overwhelming and disorienting. Technology can be a lifesaver. Download travel apps that provide maps, directions, translation services, and local information. These apps can help you navigate new cities, communicate with locals, and find your way around. But don't rely solely on technology. Carry a physical map as a backup. Sometimes technology fails, batteries die, or you might find yourself in an area with limited cell service. Consider traveling with a companion. Having someone to share the journey with can make navigating new environments easier and more enjoyable. Plus, it's always good to have someone to watch your back. Don't be afraid to ask for directions. Locals can be a wealth of information and are often happy to help. By being prepared, using technology wisely, and not being afraid to ask for help, you can overcome these challenges and enjoy the journey. Look, I'm all for pushing your limits, but you need to be realistic about your physical capabilities. As we age, our mobility might not be what it once was, and that's okay. The key is to plan accordingly and choose destinations and activities that are appropriate for your physical limitations. When booking accommodations, transportation, and excursions, inquire about accessibility. Are there elevators, ramps, accessible restrooms? Don't be afraid to ask detailed questions and request specific accommodations. If you have difficulty walking long distances, consider using mobility aids like canes, walkers, or even wheelchairs. Don't let pride get in the way of your well-being. Choose destinations that are known for their accessibility. Many cities and tourist attractions have made significant strides in accommodating travelers with disabilities. By planning ahead, being prepared, and advocating for your needs, you can enjoy amazing experiences without compromising your well-being. Let's be honest, traveling can be stressful at any age, but as we get older, we might find ourselves more susceptible to stress and anxiety. Unfamiliar environments, travel delays, and unexpected challenges can take a toll on our mental well-being. The key is to plan a relaxed itinerary. Don't try to cram too much into one trip. Allow ample time for rest, relaxation, and unexpected detours. Minimize unnecessary travel stressors. Pack light, arrive at the airport with plenty of time to spare, and avoid traveling during peak seasons when crowds and delays are more likely. Maintain a flexible schedule. Don't be afraid to deviate from your itinerary if you need a break, want to explore something unexpected, or simply feel overwhelmed. Practice relaxation techniques. Deep breathing exercises, meditation, or even listening to calming music can help reduce stress and anxiety. Take a few moments each day to center yourself and de-stress. Remember, traveling should be enjoyable, not anxiety-inducing. Traveling can be expensive, and unexpected expenses can pop up anytime. Flight delays, lost luggage, medical emergencies, these can strain your finances. Invest in comprehensive travel insurance. Ensure coverage for medical emergencies, evacuations, and lost belongings. Create a realistic budget before you leave. Factor in all expenses and add a buffer for unexpected costs. Have a backup plan for accessing funds. Notify your bank of your travel plans. Carry a small amount of local currency. Use credit cards or traveler's checks whenever possible. Plan ahead, budget wisely, and have a backup plan to enjoy your trip with peace of mind. Listen, I'm not trying to discourage you from traveling. In fact, I encourage it. Seeing the world, experiencing new cultures, and making memories, These are the things that make life worth living no matter your age. Traveling after 70 is still possible and can be incredibly rewarding, but it requires careful planning and extra caution. Assess your health, review your insurance, and choose a destination that suits your needs and capabilities. Safe and mindful travel ensures that you continue making wonderful memories while maintaining your health, independence, and peace of mind. Happy travels. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more informative content.